Guess you're surprised to see me. I bet you thought you were going to see Rob. He's here. He's resting. We'll talk to him in just a moment.
We should probably wait a couple minutes to let people get in the room.
Anybody out there? Good morning, Adam. Hey, Keith. Good morning, guys. Bet you're surprised to see me and not Rob's lovely face.
21, 24, 26.
Oh, wait just a moment. Let a few more get into the group. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Patrick. Guys, thanks for joining us. Yo, Matt. Much better to look at. No, I think Rob's a pretty good-looking guy. You'll get to see him in a moment.
55, 56, 39, 40. Lots of people.
All right, guys, I just want to start out by thanking everybody for their tremendous support of Rob, of the project, and ultimately of the charities that are going to benefit from the last 2 weeks shenanigans. Rob's put in a lot of work this past 2 weeks. I unfortunately haven't been able to give him the support that I normally do and love to do, but I know he's done a great job. I appreciate him. I truly appreciate all of you. Thank you to all the bidders, the dog pilers, and of course all of the artists that assisted in decorating up the pigs and putting your talents to great work. Thanks to Pat Pruitt for the additional dog tags for the dog piles yesterday. Again, you're going to be amazed. Rob's got some good news for you. He'll be here in just a moment to kind of talk through what happened over the last couple of weeks, give some additional thanks. Of course, you know, again, it really can't happen unless you guys support us. So here's Rob. I'll give it to him.
Hi, Facebook. Prepare for the cursing. Andrew's too nice. Y'all know who I am, so here we go. 53 people are checking. Dude, I like how people are leaving the room now that I'm on. That's awesome. That's the best day ever. All right. Thank you. Here we go. Crazy week. Crazy 8 days. Here I am. So, like Andrea said, we want to thank everybody. We want to thank the vendors. We want to thank all the folks that jumped in. Dog pilers were the superheroes this time. So that's 100% nuts what happened. So just so you guys kind of have a sense of when I get on you about, hey, do this, do that, and why. Here's my transaction report from this last week. It's the last 8 days. This is my PayPal report from the 5th of July. Is page 1. The last page is page 68. That's roughly 18 to 20 transactions on every page. It's like 1,224 transactions. So whether that was a dog pile or something I sold, whether it was, a $5 donation, a $500 donation, like it was nutty. And so, but it makes it hard to find things later on when people are like, hey, bro, did you get my thing? And I'm like, I don't know. And so there was a couple odd glitches in PayPal with people's states. They typed in their state and PayPal didn't recognize the abbreviation, so it wouldn't pull a label for them and stuff. So the couple folks that emailed me, we got that squared away for them. So here we go. So we're going to talk about a couple things real quick before we get down to the nitty gritty. One of them was this group is a weird mix of folks that are around kind of the EDC world, the custom knife world. There's people that kind of understand material costs, and and some folks don't. So I thought I'd take a moment real quick just to show you something. So like somebody asked, why is a little cutlet, $100? Well, it's made out of Timascus. So I'm going to show you a piece of Timascus in the raw and explain it. So this is my hand. This is the piece of Timascus. There we go, right? It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, right? That's a $600 piece of metal. I got one big pig, and I got 4, 8, 11, 12 cutlets out of it. Out of a $600 piece of raw metal. And then I got to pay for each one of those, each one of those cuts cost me $6-7, right? Then I got to do something to them, right? And so luckily I had Sam Adkins this time. He polished it out and stuff. But, those exotic materials, it's just none of it's cheap, and those are all things that I do beforehand. I don't do them as a pre-order or something like that. So that's, me kind of putting the money out there, hoping that it comes back in the end. And it has. You guys did fantastic. I'm not even complaining about money, but I do kind of want to explain it to folks who just don't kind of understand, the dynamic involved. A little piece of Damascus, like, a little piece of raindrop Damascus that I got, 5 little pigs out of, before the machine, that's $130 for an 1/8 inch slice of metal, that's as big as 4 of my fingers. So, and so I don't think folks realize that, there's a thing like, I sell a patch for $30. A week later, that patch is $150 on another site. Like none of that kind of like hits on people. So there's a whole reason how we got to the economics that we did. There are things that I could absolutely charge more on, and I just kind of don't. And there's some things that, we go to auction. I put things up for auction because other people donate their time and their talents that I don't have to get stuff done. And so, it's my job. It's my job to maximize that situation, and to do the best I can for the folks that we're going to affect on the other side. So I just want to kind of explain that a little bit, and you guys will see, those of you that are new, like you've seen this week, and I've gotten a lot of messages like, holy smoke, I had no idea. But, we all see the messages where somebody gets on and they're like, hey, I want this thing that there's, 5 of in the world, that a guy like David Ricardo pulling those prints. David Ricardo he's a master engraver. He's a world-class engraver. He brings in a guy, 2 days, those guys pulled art prints for us. That, just that talent alone, that guy's $60-70 an hour to do something that he wants to do, not donated things. So you get a chance to get stuff from guys that you normally would never be able to get something from, or would be, $3,000, $5,000 to get something from. And so it's super generous of them to donate their talents to me and their time and stuff. And so I just want folks to be able to kind of recognize that and realize that. So here we go. 68 pages of transactions. Cost me roughly $10,000 to put it on this time, between the shipping fees, the PayPal fees. My PayPal fees are low. They're only like 1.9%. They're not bad. Because I've got the charity status with them now. I paid Lori real quick. Thank you to Lori Knight and the sign up sale site. Lori's site did fantastic for me. It allowed me to reach both the usual suspect network folks, our Facebook folks, which were fantastic, and Instagram. It gave me kind of a neutral platform to reach everybody. And so I appreciate Lori's site and willingness to do that. He offered to waive the fees, but he's got to eat. That's his business. So we took care of that. I bought some material out of that. I bought some carbon fiber. You'll see the carbon fiber at Vegas, and I'll start doing little mini drops, between now and Tools for Tots. And, so we paid for a couple patch runs, paid for a little bit of material, like I said, in carbon fiber. And all that. So the numbers I'm going to talk to you about are pretty much net. And I know Shapeways did about $8,000. So that's coming in. So that's going to be added into this. And then Derek over at Steel Flame donated a crazy ring spin that, last time I saw the bid was like $7,500 without the dog piles. So just assuming that Derek hit 7,500 and Shapeways hit 8, this is what we're talking about. So real quick, I'll give you guys a couple. I see 99 viewers. Probably a good time to hit this. Real quick, I also want to thank the guys who were at the Craft Brew Junkie site. Nick Parkman, Scotty Trees, Will Mendez. That site's fantastic. That's kind of like my little hideout. Those guys got me kind of back into beer. That's probably not a good thing because I don't need the calories. I just don't. Paul Kilby, my admin, Paul started making knives. He raffled off a set of knives and jumped in on the cause. Eric Allen and his waffle site, those guys did a little deal and kicked in. And I'm sure I'm going to miss somebody. Derek at Steel Flame, I already kind of mentioned. So, yeah, I'm kind of scrolling through the comments. If I miss somebody, man, tell me a couple times, and hopefully I pick it up in the comments. All the artists, guys like Gio and stuff that did that tray in the 11th hour, and there's a lot of guys that banded around me, and so I super appreciate their efforts. And so here we go. Cindy Beller put up the post the other day, said something like first 7 days the number was at like 48,000, something like that. So what do you think? Is it 50? Is it the Cindy Blair post? That's not right. What do you huh? My wife's like 3 seconds behind me and tells me she can't see. So you think it's 50? Was it 60? I don't see any guesses coming up, man. So, right on. Thanks, Billy. I'm seeing the kind of comments kind of scroll up there. Yeah, look beyond the ownership of an object. We'll talk about object, right? So while we're in the middle of there, is it 70? Now, people are going to say it's not about the stuff. And I'm going to tell you something right now. It is and it isn't. Anybody could go down to their local food bank tomorrow and make a crazy impact in their community, spending the kind of money they have spent with me. They just could. But people like to get stuff. And that was always the idea behind it, was that if I could figure out a way to do the stuff economically, and doing the stuff, even with shipping, Anna Cruz did my taxes this year. She'll tell you guys, we came out at about 85%. And I bought equipment last year. I had to buy a tumbler and media. I bought a big freaking super cool grinder, a machine to do anno. I bought the laser. I bought a bunch of equipment. But there's still a zero on that Federal 990. There's a zero next to my name. I didn't take anything. But I bought some equipment last year to make it easier on me, and you're gonna see whether or not that was worth it or not. So even with buying, I think 15, about $17,000 in equipment and $4,000 in metal, and about 20 grand, somewhere in there. I still came out at 84.9, something like that, 85.3, somewhere in there, with a zero next to my name. So was it 70? You think it was 70? I'm trying, man. It seems like these comments are behind me. So 80? I'd be pretty happy with 80. 80 is a good number. What do you think? Paul Yoshimin says it's more. It's got to be more. Gio's tray was awesome, Patrick. Patrick did those little leather sleeves, man. Scott Armstrong. Let's talk about Scott Armstrong, man. If you got a little braided dealie, if you got a little braided, some paracord or something, Scott Armstrong hooked you up.
Guessed it right. No, keep going.
Huh?
I think you guessed it almost right on.
So here we go. Was it 90? Any organization that's a nonprofit would be flabbergasted to make $90,000 in a year. Eric Allen's saying about 100,000 total. Is that, Eric? Is that net? Is that gross? What do you guys think? Jenkins. You know Miss Jenkins. Miss Jenkins is going to be part of a live feed in a couple days. We're going to give her a phone call, and I'm going to let her explain what her and her gals at their nonprofit do and how they help folks out. Ken Hippel says 103K. I like that. Rachel Picola came in with 81,353. That's pretty cool. John Lehrer, 100K. Kim, 85, 89. I'm liking what you guys are saying here. Jason, I wish it was a million, man. I could be done. Cindy Blair said 136. 107. So I see a lot of hundreds. We had 100. All right, well, y'all wrong. How about 110? 110 sound good? 110 be a pretty healthy 8 days, right? 9th day was hate dust. Hate dust, you figure, was about a $7,300 net day. That's people are like, hey man, how come hate dust is $40? I'll tell you why, because you got priority shipping. That was $6 something PayPal fee. It's another 50 cents or something. So I'm down to $33, right? So the first 2 years I sold hate dust, it was donation only. Average donation was $65. Then I sold it for $45, and I felt goofy on that. So now I do it for do it for 40 ship. You get what you get. Before I even start, it's an $1,100 pepper bill. Just peppers. Then I go buy, some packaging, and, Dan Dack hooks me up with some stickers, heat sealer, knock all that out, put it together, get what you get. But, how about $120,000? We had 120? Nutty. Alexander Bo Kim, thanks for your bids this week. He said 125 gross, son. I'm talking net. But 125 gross is a good number, man. I would be super satisfied at 125. It would have made the hell I went through worth it. So, Brad's been right. And a nonprofit as small as yours, as small as my operation, I'm a one-person operation. So $100,000 in a year would be fantastic. I've been fortunate that I have averaged Labor Day will be 104. Labor Day will be the end of my 4th year. Day 1 of my 5th year will be there. And so I've given away, I think, like 810 on the documented side. I know we've raised with stuff in other forums. Stop teasing. Come on, stop teasing. I know in other forums, material that I've given away has done, well over $200,000. But, I just gave the material away, or I gave it to somebody else to auction somewhere else, or people sold their own stuff. Like the secondary wave of kind of the stuff that I've made and what it's done in other places is bonkers. But, firsthand, my hands running through it, 810, 820, whatever's on the website right now. There's a little that's not there that you guys don't know about, but that's okay. How about 130? 130 a good number? 130 would put me, if I give it all away, 130 will put me at about 940 heading towards Toys for Tots and Make-A-Wish. I think my goal is going to be to hit $1 million at Make-A-Wish in April. That's a good goal. So let me look at my notes real quick before I throw up this last card, and I'll tell you. Next week I got 105 of you in here, man, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there. I've tried not to curse because I know you might have your kids around you or something. So next week on Monday, 1:20 Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to Ronald McDonald House. They have a goal. They're going to talk about a meal program that I've done with them that not a lot of people know about. So we've been feeding families at Ronald McDonald House. They have a new social media person that they want to do an interview with me. And so I'm going to do some stuff during that interview to explain their mission and what they're doing and kind of how we've helped them. And then what I'm going to do is a couple times during the week, I'm going to do live feeds with different organizations and have them explain their mission. And so you guys get a sense of why I support them. And then we'll start talking about what I'm going to do with the money. So anyways, here you go. Net. How you like them shenanigans? And that's provided Derek's thing, stays at where it's at. So it might be a hair higher, but for all intents and purposes, 8-day crazy push. Me waking up in the middle. Yeah, Scott Palmer, 144 gross is probably actually pretty close. In actuality, it's probably somewhere around 148, something like that. So I grossed pretty close to 150, but definitely 135 net for sure. It might be a hair higher, but it's really at that point it's kind of semantics. So yeah, killer job. Yeah, I tell you, man, you guys have no idea. So hopefully you understand why, I'm on people like, hey, I need you to pay promptly. I messaged guys this year, and I'm like, hey, you won something. They wanted to argue with me. Like, I didn't win, or I didn't do this, or I didn't that, and I can see them online posted, and then, I'm still waiting for them to pay. I'm like, dude, pay now. I got other stuff. Like, I want my slate clean each day to start. And so, I start 7 a.m, and I'm, closing up boxes, and I'm still answering messages at 10 o'clock at night. It's a crazy, it was a crazy 9-day push for me. Plus, all the stuff kind of leading up forward and into it. So anyways, hopefully you guys are pleased with that number. That's a, let me see if I can do the Josh Lee. There's some screenshots for folks. So 135. So, and I'm going to tell you right now, man, a big piece of that was like the dog pirates this year killed it. It was phenomenal, man. You guys stepped up, man. Like I tell people, save your pennies for July. There's a reason for that, like the folks that have been around a while, they know, man, people, you guys step up for me, and it's nutty. So I'm going to do my best to kind of steward out those funds to have the widest amount of impact that I can. There's going to be a bunch of different groups. I'm going to do 2 big drops with 2 organizations, and then I'm going to do a bunch of smaller drops. But those small drops are still going to be, they're going to be out of bounds nice, man. So anyways, there's Barb Hunter. Giddy up, Paul. See Barb checking in real quick, man. Barb Hunter's husband, Shane, has carved a couple pieces for me over the years. Barb started carving herself, and so I sent her a little note the other day. She carved that fireman pig for Juan Garcia, and you guys all dogpiled the shit out of that thing. And so I think Barb's out-earned her husband this year, and I think it's cool to have a little family feud, a little competition for next year. So that's awesome. In 8 days, Kelly. Yeah, it's beyond effing outstanding. Yeah. Like I said, man, 68-page transaction report. Super nutty, man. David Gilberto, fuck yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what to say, you guys. So, if there was a mistake, like I said, so far all the mistakes in shipping have been PayPal address errors. And so multi-order shipping not picking it up. And so I've tried to fix those as they've come along. I had a goofy thing with the field notebooks. I had somebody get a field notebook that shouldn't have, but all the people that I sold that day all got theirs. And so if you haven't got your field notebook yet, check your tracking, get back to me. But pretty much everything's shipped. The last person to ship was JC Wu, got the birch pig. I'm going to ship it direct to China for him. And so he's super excited. That was a wedding present from his wife to him. And so he's super stoked. So JC was really the last one. Everybody else's stuff was already packed last night and stuff. So we're just cleaning up today. I'm going to I'm going to meet a hater out of Modesto, California tomorrow. She's going to come and visit and pick up her pig, and I want to talk to her about some things with the VA and me, and then we're going to go on. So anyways, let me glance at the comments real quick just to see. There are like 400 comments, and there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with those. So anyways, Mike Lima, remind me, Mike, I've got your email with your graphic. We're just going to fix this. Yeah, Matt Woody, I can attest to him answering late as fuck. Yeah, you guys have no idea. I've been averaging about 3 hours of sleep a night and stuff. So I stress out over stuff. I stress out over comments. I stress out over, like I've tried to foster this as much as I could. I have a couple of admins this time around. I wanted to kind of, they've all got lives. They got things going on. So I tried to shoulder as much of it as I could this time. And Andrew's been hella busy. So it was, when it's just me, there's nobody to blame but just me. So if your shipping's fucked up, it's not Andrew this time. It's me, and if something, if I get a package mixed up or something, it's me. But, I shipped 500 plus boxes, and I'm telling you, I promise you, all the errors that I've seen so far have been, PayPal address issues where like it hasn't recognized the state, or it hasn't been, or somebody paid somebody dogpiled in the middle of something they shouldn't have, and they paid as goods, and PayPal, pulled a label in the middle of something, and when I'm throwing labels on 30 boxes of the same thing, a dogpiler got a box that, but it all sorted out. Everything was covered. And I threw bonus goodies in for stuff that wasn't my mistake. So anyways, man, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, dogpilers were fucking huge. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't mean to curse, but they were. So carbon fiber's coming. Carbon fiber, I'll tell you a quick story about carbon fiber. I was in New York with Andrea, and we went out for our niece's wedding, and the carbon fiber people contacted me, and they saw what we've been doing here, and they dug it. And so, they helped me with the carbon fiber. They made it kind of affordable for me to get into. And so you guys will be able to, that should be a staple, coming up. And so, I'll be able to do just kind of straight carbon fiber drops and be able to throw 10 up on a PayPal button every now and then and get them in and get them out really easy to you guys. So I'm going to try to make, carbon fiber just like a permanent thing. Those guys were super, super easy to work with and really kind of looked out for me. So that was fantastic. All right. And then hats. Let's talk about hats real quick before I forget. Larry, Max, and I are working on hats. We're going to try to make hats for everybody things so that I can quit seeing people pay $80 for a used hat. And so anyways, yeah. 1,000 did. Somebody tried to do $1,000 dog pile on Lori Knight's site, and the site freaked out. It wasn't set up to do that. So, super much. Again, Lori, if you didn't catch it earlier, Lori, I specifically had a little shout out for you. Nutty as fuck. Nutty. All right. So live feed next week, Monday, Ronald McDonald House. You guys are really going to want to check that out. Well-deserved break. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to try to go fishing with the Lim family next Friday. There's a little 1 day break for me. And then I'm going to try to go to Nashville, just like a real quick, like 3-day thing, before I go back to work. So this was pretty much my summer, how I spent my summer vacation essay. Got to go. So anyways, there's Miss Jenkins. Send you with the message. So yeah, cool. Thank you. Pretty sure I had everything on this piece of paper. All those guys did the extras, man. Yeah. Anyways, hope everything's well. Hope you guys go enjoy your weekend. Matt Woody wants to be an admin. No, you don't, Matt. I'm abusive as all get out. You have no idea. And so, hey, look, there's Andrea. She's sneaking in on the side.
We'll see you guys next month in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, Vegas. Usual suspect gathering, Planet Hollywood, Labor Day weekend. There will be pigs, patches, dust. Yeah. Cinnaproxy. I'm going to take carbon fiber, bit of dust, some pink pigs that'll go to, how was that thing? Relay for Life and all that. And so we'll fund her deal and stuff. So there's Ashley Steffi. So anyways, go back, take a look at what I said. Hopefully it all made sense, man. Hopefully the economics of the situation for those of you that are new make a little more sense. I got a bunch of the skeletons from material that I cut out this time that I think me and Adam Ward are going to play with. So Adam, if you're watching, it's coming. So Quesito, flat brim life, baby, curved brim. Yeah, it'll be both. I don't know. It's kind of funny. So they're coming. Jerry Ray, my shop monkey's hitting me up for stuff. Knives. Oh yeah, Elvis Presley, knives. I'm going to do going into Tools for Tots. I'm going to get Chris Flanagan to show me how to pin a handle the right way, and I'm gonna start restoring some vintage cleavers and stuff, and we'll have the Farmer Rob vintage cleavers up hopefully in time for Tools for Tots, and I think Taylor Putnam's going to do one as well. He and I talked. He did that really cool vintage axe with me and stuff, and so yeah, man. Doreen pottery mugs, they're coming, Jamie. I'm going to take a picture today, Jamie, of somebody asked me to take a picture of all the Death Wish coffee mugs I've got. So I need to take the Death Wish picture, but I'm going to reach out to the problem with the Doreen pottery mugs is I don't want to ship them. I want somebody else to ship them. And so we'll work on that. I need to go on a fishing trip, Jerry. I need somebody Jerry, I ain't got time to, Daniel Lim, Michelle Lim, Jerry Ray. Somebody give me a shopping list of the crap I need to buy to go fishing. So, all right, you guys, that's about it. I'm running out. Otherwise, I'm gonna start like blubbering like a baby and crying and all that crap. And nobody wants to watch a fat man cry. So, anyways, talk to you guys later. I appreciate you. I'm telling you right now, the time for the W.C. Jones. I want to thank W.C. Jones. There's a lot of you guys, man. There's a bunch of. I hate thanking, like, singling out makers and bidders because I'm going to forget somebody and somebody's going to get butthurt. But W.C. Jones and a couple of the old timers really, man, they crazy stepped up this week. And W.C. was super supportive. There was a couple guys, man, that I got messages from. We had the gentleman putting his father in hospice, and he's sending me an apology note about, hey, I'm sorry I'm late on my payment. Like, man, you guys got lives too. I get it, and I think there's messages I get behind the scenes that the rest of you guys don't see. That when you don't kind of know what's going on with people, and they post something and it comes off kind of weird. We're kind of quick to judge. And so hopefully, man, watch that little video I posted last night. Like, there's a reason why I turned off the comments on it too. So it was just kind of a good reminder about, you never quite know what's going on with somebody. So I try to give folks the benefit of the doubt and hope that it all works out, So, and I'm a grouchy prick. So for me to give people the benefit of the doubt, man, that's rare. So anyways, but W.C. Jones, he asked the time for Ronald McDonald House. I'm aiming for 1:20 Pacific, and I'll put up a thing that morning. It's kind of like a reminder and stuff, so that we can get. So I think it'll be on Central California Ronald McDonald House. I'm sure they're going to do a feed too, because that's what they're trying to figure out how to do to give us some support. But I figure if I put it in front of my audience, and we can link it out and help them with their goal. And so. Ritza and the team down there, and Sven Michaels, who won't be there because he'll be sitting in a lawn chair with a beer in his hand on the beach somewhere. So, anyways, boom, boom. Jax, you want me to show it again, Jax? How you like them apples? So, So see you guys in Vegas. Thank you. Thanks for the guys that stop by every now and then. Guys like David Ballum and Jerry Ray and Mark Perry and Bruce Mosqueda and those guys. The guys that kind of popped in on the house. Adam Ward. they helped me pack some boxes. Jordan Strober stopped by one day. Like, I know I'm going to miss somebody, so I hate singling them out, but there were guys that just came and helped me keep my sanity for the most part, and so it was super super kind of nice of them. Had a nice talks with Jax last night. Jax is going to dip his hat into he's going to step into the ring, so to speak, and he's going to try his hand at a little fundraising. And so I'm going to reach out as much as I can to support Jax because he's been there for me big time. And so we started talking last night, just about how to get stuff done and things. And so I'm excited for him. So Jason Cunningham, I talked about hats, man. Hats are coming. Y'all relax about hats. And don't pay the vultures yet. I'm telling you right now, man, some of you guys are going to pay for some stuff in the next couple of weeks that you're not going to need to pay for because it's all coming. I'm one guy versus 6,800 now. So it's coming. Skellies. Yeah, I'm sorry, Randy. I started to talk about skellies. I got some skellies. I'm going to cut them down. I'm going to try to figure out how to kind of square them up and maybe frame them or something. Have Adam do some glow work for me, polish them up, and skellies are coming. There aren't a bunch of them, but there's a bunch of them. So I just got to figure it out, and we will go. So really my goal, like I said, is hopefully off of this set of checks that I cut, I'm going to pace them out for a little while. So you're not going to see like normally in that week after I do this, I post, a couple of giant checks and I'm done and out. But this time I'm going to slow roll this. I've got a plan, and you guys will be able to see the plan. Like you'll watch it on live feeds. And once you see a couple of them, you'll understand what I'm doing and it'll all make sense to you. But, you ever wonder, man, go pull our federal 990. There's a zero next to my name, man. I ain't making any money off this, so it's all going out the door. You'll see. But you're going to dig what I'm going to do. I promise you, man. You guys have been there for me, so I'm not going to let anybody down. Anyways, here we go. So, the fatty bronze, Praveen's on me. I still got those 1-inch bronze. Don't worry, they're coming. They're sitting out there waiting for me. They ain't going nowhere. They're heavy. They're hard to lift. So, we'll do some of that. And, yeah, man. So let me look around here real quick. All right, man. David Ballin brought me a little, Valhalla shot glass. So, seems only appropriate as I go to close out. I share a little drink with y'all. The Boss Hog. 13-year. Barrel number 58. 123 proof. That's, what is that, 61.5? I earned it. I'll tell you something. This whole week, and Andrea will tell you, it's been the no bourbon week, man. I've been like a beer or two on the really crazy stressful days, but I stayed away because I couldn't afford to make any mistakes, man. And so it's not like I drink a ton, anyways. But anyways, I will in Vegas because I'll be in Vegas and I'll be on vacation. You guys will be with me. But anyways, I like the Boss Hog. This was a gift from y'all, man. This got handed to me in Vegas a couple years ago, so I held onto the bottle, and it's got a little sentimental value to me. So I backfilled it once, though, with the same thing. So, mugs, I need somebody. Jason Cunningham, you asked me about hats one more time, I'll boot you out of my group. Thomas Smith, Jason Cunningham, man. Keep an eye on that boy. All right, here you go. Salute. I appreciate you guys. Boy, that didn't suck. So, there you go. Billy, you don't want to ship them Dean and mugs, man. That's going to be a pain in the butt, man. Cry with you, Brandon Hall. Cry with you on FaceTime. So, y'all go enjoy your day. Do your thing. I'm just kind of watching. I'll Rob kept the rest. I'm going to scroll down through some comments here real quick. Yeah, Jason Cullen, I'm just playing. I'm not. I'm a jerk. You'll go. I don't need the crap.